Welcome back, everybody. Here we go again. Tonight, Cookie might not be making it, so we're playing a different server. If he does come on, we'll switch across at that point. But until then, we'll be playing solo. And I can't go on to main server because Cookie and I have been on earlier today and sorted our lives out a little bit. And we've logged out with everything we need to base build. So we're on my backup server. Have a little look at... I think it's about here somewhere. That looks like the cave system. So we're going to have a little look down here. That'll be it. Go along. We are playing a 3-man server, so I have a fair chance of survival-ish. Turn off some of these server markers. No server markers. No, only group markers. There we go. Better. Sort some admin out. I had played this a few days ago. Well, a couple of weeks ago. See, we're not looting up yet. We're just going to go and check whether we can build somewhere where I'm thinking of building. Oh. Needed, that won't be needed, but we'll keep it for the moment. That's certainly kept. Then if Cookie is on tonight, we'll switch across, basically. If he's not, we won't. Alright, push on. We'll have to go hunting for better kit, potentially, but that can be done once we've recce'd this. Not the recceing I wanted to do. Give me a second. Oh no, it wasn't, was it? That was me picking the wrong point completely. The recce needs to be up here somewhere. About there. That's a better location. Gonna need to find food then en route. Across here. How janky was that? This is a solo server. Sorry, a 3-person server. It obviously is Deer Isle. Any of you that don't know it. I'll never run this with other team members. This will always be a solo effort. And when Cookie's not available and I still want to play DayZ, this is where we'll come. Server's currently at just over 50% of pop. And we'll base build and survive. We'll try to. This server has a roaming trader. So the trader every X amount of time moves location, but you don't need to use a trader to survive on it. If not this wipe, then next wipe we'll be looking at one of the caves to live in if possible. Just because this tonight will be about gearing up, doing a recce of somewhere to potentially build a base. Currently 51 on. Okay. Do with a better gun, but it's the least of my worries currently. Oh, look at that, be nice and janky. Search from this area to see if we can find ourselves some more food. Hope everyone's alright out there this evening in internet land. Ah. We could, if we find a chicken fish, we've been that way. Emergency bandages, we'll carry it. It's weekend only raiding on this server. Base building plus for building. It's fine. We could have a book ready to go. Just need planks and we can get a workbench down. House. Chance of food, isn't there, always? Oh, yeah. If I could find a chicken, I'd be happy. At least that would give us something to cook and bones so we could fish. Couple of possible base locations if we decide to take that route. Living long enough to do it is a bit of an issue. This area's been rinsed. Hi Pappy, how are you? Cookie's not about this evening. He might be about later, which is why we're on a different server. Because we logged out earlier with everything on us that we need to survive on the other server. And unless we're both there, we can't really play. So this is my backup server from when I'm running solo. No, because he was on this afternoon, his generals decided that he's had his time on the computers today. Or this morning. Because we got raided on the main server, he came on this afternoon, late morning, to help us recover. And we logged out with everything on us on the off chance that we get hit again. Because then we need both of us on to get everything done because we split all the stuff between us. We need to log out with so much stuff on us. So my backup server is a DayZ server, as you would have guessed. And it's a 3-person server. Got to listen to the boss. Yep. And I'll run solo on here. I'll never run with anyone else on here. I'll just use it as a backup server or when nothing else is happening server. Hi Chuckles. A little bit of DayZ tonight, solo. Chuckles, you'll be over the moon with that. Okay Chuckles, not a problem. Doing a chore. I like DayZ, but it's a big map. Like, well, as you can see, as you know, it's a massive, massive map. But as a solo, far more opportunities to hide. And I'm late to wipe, obviously, so I'm off. This server's weekend only raiding, but I don't have a base yet. There is a base over there. So we need a chicken, if possible, so we can get bones, so we can fish. We could do with something better than a bloody 2-2. But we're off to see whether the caves... whether the caves are available. What's this? Okay, we've got nothing to lose apart from a box of nails. Oh, I'm a massive Liv fan. You know that with me. I know DayZ a little bit. I'm not massively... I haven't played it enough, really. So I'm not really into the quest. But as a solo that likes base building and wants to go covert, it's a good map. Yeah. A little bit of method in my madness. I've only got a 2-2 pistol. Yeah, I know there's a bear near here. I've bumped into the bear near here. I'm going to see whether this cave's available. Hi, John. So, after we were raided last night, John, Cookie and I logged in this morning. We've rebuilt up our supplies, but he might not be on tonight. If he is, I'll switch over. If he's not, then I'll run this solo. I've got to go and check the caves. I think I've got the right marker roughly. Caves are in there, aren't they? So there's the containers and that's the way in. See if they're available. And then see if I can raise a flag in there. That's why I've got rope with me. Unfortunately, Cookie, that won't make any difference with his general. His general doesn't understand computers. Cookie would be on if he can be. And if he gets on, I'll switch across to main server. Which is why I've got a different title now. And a different picture for the loading screen. That way, if I have to switch over, I don't have to stop the stream and restart. It's just a generic DayZ stream title, which makes a lot more sense. Yeah, this server is weekend only raiding for hard raid, soft raid 24/7. But if there is a gap, I'm going in. I've got nothing to lose apart from a BB Plus book and box of nails, really. Nothing I can't recover. I will tell Cookie he's missed. He might appear in chat when he's allowed outside for a vape. If he's not streaming, he'll normally jump into chat and say hello. He can vape in his room, the computer room, but in the house itself, it has to go outside. Which is understandable. So this is Down Bad, which is my sort of go-to solo server. Yeah, 50% full roughly. Oh, just over 50% full. Allow me to do some base building and that sort of shit. And if I get involved in a firefight, have a bit of a chance of maybe surviving. Ish. And I've never run DayZ, I've never run Deer Island 4K before. It does, doesn't it? So I have a 4K monitor and a 4070 Ti Super. and one of the new Ryzens. Okay, so bad news is there's a base in there. Good news is it means that you can build bases in there. So next wipe, we have a chance. But I used to stream at 4K on my 3080 I had before this. For DayZ 4 it's fine, but it wouldn't do Grey Zone at 4K very well. Whereas this graphics card and chip will. So when I want to make content in Grey Zone, I can do that. Ah, yes. One of my favourite caves. Right. Next, we need to go to my other go-to spot. So. Too close to Hilton Outpost. I'd normally build down here. So not that one. That's not going to happen. They've done an edit here, haven't they? Ah, no. Okay, might be okay. Trader is currently there, so that's my other spot there. So we need to cross over to here. And then push across to there and see if that's clear. Because that's... might be too close. Laser Chaz nil declaim those two on the southern shorelines. Yes, I know the ones you mean. I have got another cave that we do use sometimes, which is up from Airfield. Where's Airfield? Airfield's there. Somewhere there. But because this has got a marker on it, I'm guessing it'll be taken. So that one there can be a good cave to build in. All the sewers. But I want to be off starter land. We have to be a little bit covert in this approach. Right, we're going to need food. That's the next problem. But crossing this, we'll search for food through here. Got to give it a shot, haven't you? Got to give it a try. Get through, we'll push to there and search that place for food. I need a chicken because we've got a piece of rope and we can then make a fishing rod, which gives us survival. But if we're going to build on this server, it needs to be independent. Oh, I'm not even going to be able to find that now, am I? You've spent so much time on this map, whereas I know certain areas. That's the trouble. And I might run around in circles looking for it for hours. Whereas actually at the moment, I've sort of got a plan of where I'm going. If I don't make it, I don't make it. I get that. But we'll have a good run. Once I can gear up, once I can get food, once I can sort out my food problem, it becomes easier. across and up to there. That's the food. This is a custom build as well, so there'll be more caves than standard. Damn bad like to build extras in. Okay. Hey, Bill. Yeah, I'm just thinking houses up there might be alright for a tin of food. Or a chicken. Chicken will do the job. Chicken gets us bones. Bones gives us hooks. Hooks gives us fish. Walk for a while to preserve calories. Yeah, I got a box of nails as well, which was... So I did run this the other night, well, about 16 days ago, just for a go, to see whether I could. And that's where I got the nails from and shit. Okay, no problem. Thank you for lurking. Do a whole search, but end up at the well. Base near here. Flag on things. Base in there. Um, Sometimes it works. I need to be over there further. Nah, I'm not going to keep trying. Okay. Down to here. Okay, let's keep pushing. Base on that island. Is that a castle? They put a custom castle on there. Certainly a base in there, isn't there? They put a custom castle on there and there's a base in there. Okay. That's correct. Meant to ask if you played that sneaky thief type game where you were playing a goblin. And now you know the answer to it. Yeah? Sneaky goblin. Sneaky goblin. Nice custom castle location. Big base up there though. First the mouse, then Deer Isle. I have both the original and seat. So I used to play Thief way back when it first came out. Yeah. Was it a DOS game in those days or Windows 95 game? And I really enjoyed it in the days before we had good graphics and stuff. Yes, John, first in the mouse, then Deer Isle. Who'd have thought? Deer Isle works really well when I'm running solo because I can have an adventure and base build and still loot. And I don't run solo very often. Normally Sunday nights I would be with Cookie. And I would have been on Aftermath tonight, apart from the fact that Cookie and I have both logged out with all the gear on us. So it doesn't work just one of us being on there at the moment. We both need to be there to base build. But we've logged out, so if we get raided again tonight, we're ready to go. And we did a raid this afternoon. We blew someone's shed in. We think the person that raided us, we counter-raided. But what we're doing at the moment is recceing for places to live. I prefer not to be in a house. I prefer just to build a box in the woods. For obvious reasons. It is just me, and I won't be on that often. It'll be like every week or so. Maybe, I think I'll use Thursdays to record subsistence and other content. Wednesdays I work. And then Saturday daytime, Sunday daytime, I'll catch up with the real world. Maybe Saturday nights on here. Or Aftermath, depending on how things are going. So potentially one stream a week on here. So I need somewhere that's covert to live. That's reasonably easy to get to. That island is a bit... I don't think that's going to be too close. But I won't know unless I run there and try and put a flag up. Don't really want to build inside a house. Oh, that's their gas zone then. Okay, that makes sense. In which case I don't want to be down here. That's gas over there. That obviously island's got a lot of good loot on. We're more likely to bump into players. But we need to go and recce it all the same. See if we get killed going to it, we'll just choose a different point to recce. And it's BB plus, it's base there, it's quite close to the gas. That gives me hope. Base in there. Normally a deer spawn up here. I'm so glad, John. Really glad. Normally a little roe deer spawn up here somewhere. Don't think I could take it out with a 2-2 silence. Next wipe there'll be, well, I'm planning next wipe, but I can't really do a lot till 1.26 drops, and I'm actually left in a world where I can do something for real. Because I need to know what mods it's going to break and all that sort of stuff, and it will break mods fundamentally. But it's going to improve things for us in some ways. You know, nerf clothing and nerf backpacks out of the box means I don't need to put a nerf mod on, which is nice. I haven't decided yet whether we're having AI or not. I go back and forth on that one. Depends whether the map I eventually choose has airdrops on it or not. Here comes the bad weather. Could be a rivet across here. Yeah, it does, but it does, but it depends if they have heli crashes on there or something else I can use the AI for. I'm not just having AI patrols moving around. I just think it's really shit. A few graphical errors on here with the rain. Now, somewhere in here, you can just run straight across at low tide without having to swim. So yeah, but if we have AI on, I've got more work to do getting the map ready. There we are, we ran across there. So, this is where I have been known to build. So we need some sticks. Just going to see if it lets me place a flagpole. That'll be a no. Okay. Need to check their Discord and make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. Have a read of their rules a second, guys. Hundreds of them. Don't care about that. This general, no, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. First kill on Goblin of the day was an AI player. Still good though, mate. Still really good. FAQ. Channel. Okay, there's something here in rules that's important. I'll ask a question. Broken stick to make the workbench. Okay. Flag. Down bad workbench. Yeah, that works. Okay. So we could live here if we needed to. Don't want to, but that's a possibility. So, where else could we live? In all honesty, it's probably the best location. Let's get into a little bit into the trees and deploy a workbench and call it a base. Oh, see, this is what you do to me. Northwest of Westbrook. Northwest. So, like, everything that's in no build zone. Yeah? I made them unlootable to stop people farming them. Because I realised, like, when I had airdrops in the past, because we don't have high pop, players do farm them. Oh, come on, game. Let me place that down there. We're going to place it here. Hopefully I can drop some shit off. Yes. The answer to that, yes, yes, I can. Probably a bit late for that now, John. You were meaning maybe there or up here somewhere. But I'm happy with this. I've got a location. No one else is living here. It's not too difficult to get to because you can swim across there. Yeah, you can swim across there and make your way in quite easily. Power up. Hours left. So F, power up. So that's how many hours I have left. Okay. I thought I put stuff inside it. I think I've lost it, haven't I? Bugger. I think when you power it up, you then lose the items inside. That's a shit. Oh well. So, at least we have an HQ. Yeah, I think the items we put inside meant that then we powered it up and they died. We lost them. That's life. Happy with that though. Now we just need 2 boxes of nails, a saw, some hammers, a hatchet, food. Yeah. I should have read their rules. But no, I've got no time for that. I'm not going to be on here enough. I prefer that over a vanilla flag. At least I've got something to call home. And you can have 2 bases on here, so that doesn't need to be our only base. So we can have a box there, and then we can have a box somewhere else. If we had more pop, I'd run a DRL server for you guys to play. But we just don't have enough pop to make it worthwhile. Because it's a good adventure map for people. Lots to do and see and go. But when you've only got like 3 players on, it's too big a map. And I'm still quite stuck on Sakia, or however you pronounce it, the new one potentially, because it has caves built in. As long as there's heli crashes on it, so I can, if I'm going to use AI, we can make them interesting. And stick a couple in some military zones. I'm not going to run into something stupid, am I? No. Eco raid. Nothing here. Base decaying. I'd have built up here like he did with his starter shed. But I wouldn't have then built down there. I'd have carried on up here. I think there's more than that. So they showed the preview, and then they did say there was going to be more. There was more caves. It's something they always wanted to do, but didn't when they originally made, obviously, properly Livonia or Chernarus. And they said they would like that they understand people want to have caves, and then mentioned something about base building in caves, which gives me hope that we might get an update to vanilla base building at some point. Don't get me wrong, I hate vanilla base building, but it would be nice if they did a roof for vanilla base building. Maybe a code lock. Maybe they could have a code lock that needed batteries putting inside it to make it work. Just a thought. Because obviously it has to fit into their vision. But if you had a code lock that, or even just allowed the bicycle lock to remember that you know the code. Etc. Right, let's go for a swim. But again, I won't know till the map is released. I can load it into editor and I can fly around and have a look, because then I can very quickly work out if there are caves, which then gives me the ability of then deciding whether it's going to work. If not, I have an option. I have two options, if not. Two options. Of smaller maps that will work for us. Maybe a third. We'll see. There'll be more loot though. It won't be 80% reduction like we've got now. I'll probably do it at 50% reduction of loot. So give players a fighting chance. So obviously bears and wolves will no longer be safe food. But you'll be able to make wooden hooks. So we did do last Christmas, I did a Namausk Spring. So there's always a chance to go back to Namausk Spring with what I've learned. But I quite like having a winter map over winter this year. Awesome. My mother, when she was little, her father was in intelligence corps in the war, but after World War II he retired to do police, and he was chief of police in Gibraltar. Well, in charge of training in Gibraltar. That's a better way of putting it. So of course, Mum has all the stories before she got dementia about the caves. I know, watch for bear traps. I love all that World War II history stuff. I know there's a whale here. Eat first, then drink, so we can offset the dehydration. Up the hill we go. And then turn right. I love wearing a shamag. I used to in real world, so it's my sort of world. I've still got my shamag from when I was a soldier back in the 90s. I love my shamag. Yeah. Never wore it like this. Always just wore it around my neck as a sweat rag, weapon cleaning rag, emergency towel. Everything rag, basically. My hit pad have a water bottle pouch? Yes, it does. But yeah, massive, massive shamag fan. Ah, there you go. So you're also a fan of them. I still issue them sometimes to soldiers if they're going out to the desert. Still an issue item. Not a lot of zombies on here, is there? I think next wipe, if we're still on here, then we'll go for... That's needed. Get 30 pieces of cloth, we can make a sleeping bag. Yeah, next wipe, if we're still on here. Don't need 2 blocks. We will go for a hunting cabin build. Just one door up. It would make sense. Something that's not worth wasting explosives on. And then build one side of the map and one the other. But start DayZ and put all 4 colours and build a camp where it's yellow, red trees and the green gillies snipers stick out. Yeah. It's going to be nice that they're bringing shamags into main DayZ as of next wipe, as of 1.26. So we won't have to rely on modded shamags anymore. That'll be good. It's about time they came back into the game officially. I realise we're going to go to Camp Bear. We all know that. You've got some gamma. Bin that off. "64 times night, so it'll soon be daylight. And a restart in 5 minutes. Okay. So we'll probably go firm when we hit the island until after restart. Give me a way through. We're going to log out here, guys, and then we'll be back in after restart. I'll put you in to be right back while we're away. Be back soon. If it's coming back up. It's nice for a run occasionally, and I'm happy to go to down bad in single player mode, as solo. As a team, it's too much gear. There's too much shit on here you can collect, and I'm never going to run traders because it's a roaming trader. You don't need to use traders to survive. But I like how they edit the maps. I like the stuff they do. Really like the custom stuff they do, and I get reasonable FPS on it. A little bit worse than other servers because of the amount of shit that they put in, the amount of loot everywhere. So the reason I've changed the title and changed the title picture for when you click on my stream is to try and eliminate some stream sniping. So I'm not mentioning what server I'm on. People can see it in the loading screens and such like. But if they join the stream into chat when I'm running round, they won't automatically know which server I'm on. And if they ask, they'll get told it's a high pot PvP server and that's it dealt with. Just because there's too much chance of people, as Cookie and I start to making our way up the food chain, that people start to target us. I mean, I'm not that far. I'm 40 subs from 500. And Cookie's 200 from 500, roughly 200. Not on YouTube, obviously he's on Twitch. But we're getting closer to getting to sort of a bit bigger in the community. So I need to be a little bit carefuler than I used to be. Yeah, I don't think I've been stream sniped yet, but it won't take long before I have been. That's the view I've got. I'm just going to wait for sun to come up. It won't be that long. You know, it's 2 a.m. Sun will be up soon. And then we'll search this place. Never console. Never console. I've played console, but I've only ever played Far Cry and Red Dead 2 on Xbox. And then sold the Xbox and have stayed on PC since then. And I was on PC before. The reason I did it was I had a friend that had an Xbox and wanted to do a run on Far Cry, so I bought an Xbox for that, then sold it, and then Red Dead 2 came out. I wanted to play that, so I bought an Xbox, completed Red Dead 2 and sold it. Yep, John, yeah. And they will do. Grey Zone's popular. in a different way. But I've got some episodes ready to do a series of Grey Zone. But I need to wait until I've got 10 episodes and then I'll upload them as a one-er. So we've got 10 episode series. And then I'll record another 10 episodes and upload those. So I think Grey Zone will be a weekly thing with the occasional stream. I haven't quite worked out how I'm going to stream Grey Zone yet, or how I'm going to do it, or whether I just do it as videos. But there will be Grey Zone content. And also Project Castaway. I've just purchased. And I don't know whether that will be pre-recorded or whether that will be streamed. I haven't decided yet. Okay, no problem. Yeah, you sound so much like a mate of mine. I have a slightly posh British accent with a slight lisp left over from when I was a child, basically. Options. Let's get our HUD back. Enabled, apply, enabled, apply, and back, and continue. I need the sun to come up. So guys, this is what I'm seeing, and I'm giving you guys some gamma to make it a little bit easier for you. Sun should be up soon. It's 4:40 in the morning. Yeah, so that's how I'm sort of working, John. My initial one has just been I'm off looting and killing AI on Grey Zone and building up some supplies, and that way then I can play with AKs and such like, so I don't lose the armor lights until I'm ready to push further into the map. Oh, sun's coming up. So yeah, so about the episodes will be, well, I say a mission per one. It will be about an hour long per episode, with either a mission, part of a mission, or an objective, something that I'm actually doing on Grey Zone. Thank you. I'm quite enjoying it. Just a slower pace of life. I've just got to learn to be a bit more tactical on it. Thought there would have been Zeds here. We'll sort the rest of the shit out when we're not in here. Agreed. Or with some body armour. Not with... No. I think we'll stay with the defender. This one, I think... Skeleton. I don't want a fucking sporter, do I? Don't be so stupid, Goblin. Yeah, I left the crossbow. There's no zombies on here, is there? That I've found yet. So... not essential. What's the point when you don't get Zeds in military? Yes. I would agree, unless it's a full pot server. If it's a full pot, it can increase FPS, but you want some threat. I'm with you on that. I mean, even Aftermath put some Zeds in, based upon the amount of players that are currently on. Not going to do that. I realise sometimes you get loot in it, but more often than not you don't. Yeah, very nice sniper. There's what we've got, because we can upgrade it. Yeah, I know I need to eat. That's a different kettle of fish, though. Need enough to stop my tummy rattling. Yes. Massively, and this server has a lot of loot. Yeah, Fort Eagles had an airdrop on it. That's Eagle there, isn't it? There's an airdrop hitting it now. So we would need to cross there. Okay, I need to eat before we go. Thank you. Massively prepared. Really, yeah, thank you. Just subbed. Good stream, Jude. Really clear. Awesome. Really impressed. Thank you. That's massively appreciated. I don't see the subs on my channel until after the stream. And I do that on purpose. Just so I can concentrate on the game. Like if people don't interact in chat, I don't see them. So I just chat. But welcome. I do a fair amount of DayZ. Little bit of subsistence, some grey zone sometimes, but it's mostly DayZ. Mostly DayZ. 99% of my time playing DayZ. I'm doing tactical crossing. We don't really have the weapon platform for doing this, do we, guys? Because we know how shit I am at PvP in the game that I've got thousands of hours in. And we've only got 7 rounds of 223. But hey, worth a risk. Don't know till you try, do you? I am terrible at PvP. I'm not even going to pretend I'm good. On my main server that I play, if I get, and this is not main, this is where I solo, or I'm soloing now and probably will do in the future. But when my teammate's on, in a wipe, he'll get 60 kills in a wipe. If I get 10, I'm over the moon. Oh, I'm awful. 5,000 hours, 5,200 hours approximately. And my PvP skills are like non-existent. But I love the game. I really enjoy the game. Excellent. I'm glad that I'm not the only one. You know, I should, for my level of PvP skills, I should play PvE servers, but there's no risk on them. My best kill last wipe, I think, was in the mist on a King of the Hill event, shooting that sniper. DVL 10, DV10, whatever it was, with a built-in massive silencer. Yeah, I did a kill with a hacksaw. Somebody was shooting at me. I shot at them, but not only pistol. But didn't have enough to take them out. So I ran in with a blue hacksaw and hacked them to death. And I would have been on my main server tonight, apart from the fact that my battle buddy, my teammate, can't be on tonight, and we've both logged out with all the gear on us to build the base, or start the base build. So I had to find somewhere else to run, which is why I've come across to here, with a view to doing this when he's not around. And I normally stream probably 5 days out of 7, it'd be fair to say. Sometimes 6. One of the days I can't because I work late. Food, that's what we want. But hey, we won't have to worry about food if we get killed crossing this, will we? Normally a pig spawn on here. Right, we'll then pull across. Right there. Oh, you stupid goblin. But I love DayZ. I was late to the party. This Christmas will be my 4th year in DayZ. Or 5th year. Probably 4th year. But I've never been addicted to a game like it. It's amazing. Which we all agree in chat, realistically. Everyone's a DayZ fan. It's a different experience. It's a massively different experience on PC than it is on console. I never played it on console, but as you know, so much more to do. So many more maps to play. So much more modded shit to run around with. Base building that works. It's worth it. And you don't need the beast of a PC to run it. You know, yeah, I'm running it here on a reasonable spec machine, but you don't need that. Most people have nowhere near the spec that I'm running it on. Oh, that's awesome. It's not awesome that you've lost girlfriends, but it's awesome that you're still playing. That sounded so wrong, didn't it? That's awesome. I've lost girlfriends over computer gaming. If we push, because I'm not sure whether we've got anywhere in here that we can get height. So into the trees about there, and then see if we can get height looking down. We've only really got 8 rounds on the 223, and then single shot 7.62. But with this airdrop coming in, it might be worth it. You never know. Do we need that? No, we don't. We don't do pistols unless we have to. Bloody deer. I don't know an answer to that. I'm guessing not, because the DLC is also going on to X and PlayStation. So I'm guessing it will be fine. Can't believe how clear this is. My streams look like I filmed them on a potato. It helps that I've got reasonable upload. And it helps that I'm streaming at 4K. So if you're not watching at 4K, you're getting a... When it downscales it in YouTube, you're getting at least a better image. Airdrops in. Shit, stomach's fucking playing up and no food left, have I? Okay, fuck it. You're only young once. Food. Box of 308, that'll do. Where's my gun gone? You stupid game. Get into a bush. Let's see if that SV takes 308. I'm guessing it will do. $762.54. Damn it. Right. Food. All that matters now is food. So we'll hit all the houses here. Ah, the hill. The hill. The hill of giving. Was it worth it? No, all we got was a pair of military, well, hunter boots. But probably worth it, realistically. It'd already been ransacked. But we need food so desperately that that's the next thing. So we'll walk now rather than run. Because we'll use less calories. Yeah. So I know Deer Isle, sort of. I know, you know, I've never done, well, I have done the Deer Isle end game, but only when I ran a server using server commands to get around the map. But I do know sort of where to go to do things. Oh yeah, and if I'd got there before the other people, it would have been full. Right, we're going to have to run across this field because fields do not protect you, no matter how much I believe they do. Not a Goblin server. If it was my server, that'd have crocodiles in it, wouldn't it? We know what that evil Goblin's like. off this open field into the woods, and then we can walk again. Yeah, food is not looking good at all. Which is why we're running up this hill, because this has potential of having food spawns on it. And then we need to go and hunt, realistically, and have a fire and actually do some proper food. So we've just been living off like packets of chips and patty. Anyone that's watched my streams for a while will know that my food's looked a lot worse than this. Ah, it's all right. It's DayZ. We're all used to starving in DayZ. So, John, I'll give you a hint. It's near the AI. What I live off when I play DayZ for days at a time. So we'll try. So I'd like to have got a chicken, because we could have gone fishing. Because we could have made rope. We picked up enough clothing. But if we can get some food up here. Do we have gloves on? No. So we'll have to cut our spare trousers up. Maybe we'll put the cry on. And cut up the MTFs. Oh, they're tiger stripe. Nearly tiger stripe, aren't they? They're like a jungle tiger. They're like a subtle tiger stripe. Whereabouts are you in the world, DayZ Prepper? Yes, it does need a punch card, John. But the loot box that you open to get the key that opens stuff inside that bunker has a chance of spawning a punch card. It's just a percentage chance. Now there could be a base up here, so we're taking a slight risk. But risk versus reward, we need the food. Oh, King of the Hill coming in 20 minutes, but we're miles away. And we need food more. Let's see if there's any food up here. That's the big one. At this point, I don't care if there's a base up here. We'll take the risk. Okay. In a pot of honey. Multi-bits. Cola. Don't need to use the well. Beans. Currently there's 49. Right, push off this hill and do some eating. There we go. I know this will dehydrate me, but we've got the can of drink. And the airfields on here is good, because they custom it. Now, the bear is there, isn't it? So we want to come into the airfield from about here. Need some more 223 as well, so the airfield's a good shout. DayZ for you though, isn't it, Chuckles? People capturing you, cooking you up and eating you. That waypoint is awesome. I'm just... In the real world, I'm ex-army, so I try and think a little bit tactically. Doesn't always work because it's a game. But more often than not, I can sort of run around and survive. I'm just not very good at PvP is my thing. I'm 52 years old and my reaction times are nowhere near as good as they used to be. I've got arthritis in both hands. But that's not going to stop me playing DayZ. Okay. And I know where as well, but I'm going to push airfield now. I'm not that far off. We might even be able to get a shot on something. One of the first maps I ever played, so when I first bought DayZ, first map I played was Chinaris and died a lot. Then I went on the Mausk and died a lot. And was eaten by one of my mates. Teach me a lesson. Kid you not, these three guys in the scene from The Hobbit with the three trolls arguing over which way to put me in. Cooking pot, one of me. Awesome. Then I came on Deer Isle as a solo on a modded server because I thought there'd be lots of deer. And I grew up in a hunting world where we shot a lot of deer. But there isn't that much deer on here. But I do like Deer Isle. I just don't. It's just a big map, so you can go for hours without bumping into people. .47 memory kills me. This game, but I love it. I think probably DayZ does appeal to the older gamer. Younger gamers love it, but the ones of us that are slightly older sort of get where they're coming from with DayZ. It feels like, forgetting the zombies, the game feels quite real. You know, end of the world. No, you've got there, you're a prepper, but end of the world, trying to survive against the elements. It feels like it should. Eat that. Keep the can of Pepsi for emergencies because it's got sugar and drink in it. Right, back to the 223. 8 rounds of 5.56. I thought the fucking bear. The bush. So I used to go drinking every weekend up until my early 40s. I was out every weekend drinking and clubbing. And then I came back to gaming. I'd always had like a laptop, but I used to play Lord of the Rings online. Then every Friday night, every Saturday night out. And then I made my way back to gaming. Slowly built up my PC to where it is now. Yeah, my server's realistic. Apart from the Zeds. I tried a bit of armor initially. But armor's too... I think being ex-military, armor's too much like the world I left. So it seemed sensible, so I migrated eventually to DayZ via other games. Fallout Nuclear Winter was my first real taste for multiplayer. And then we came across to DayZ, and I've never looked back. Yes, I've got Grey Zone. Yes, I play a lot of Subsistence. When I'm not playing this, when I'm not in streaming mode, I play things like Manor Lords, top down, Sims, you know, city Sims from above. But when it comes to streaming, when it comes to where I'm happiest, DayZ, every bloody time. I could play it for hours. Work gets in the way though. But that's one of my things, John, isn't it? When I build a server, I put in all that sort of shit because I like a backstory. I like a reason for things happening. And Prepper, the fact that people are calling me Goblin is because normally my name in game is Looting Goblin. It's only Captain Pugwash, so if I get tapped on the other server and people get hold of my dog tags, it's harder to link who I am. Eliminates a little bit of the old stream sniping. Do we have anywhere to put loot? Sort of. Got a Discord message a second, guys. I'm going to answer it a second. I'm guessing I've been stream sniped or stream raided. That's probably a nearer thing to what's happened to me, because I build big bases and I take part in events within the community. Well, that was shit, wasn't it? Not going to push any more of them. But we're looking one more. We'll push down to the actual buildings. Yeah. So when I run Prepper, when I run my own servers, I take out 80% of the loot. I take all the food out. I make people hunt, shoot, and fish to survive. I turn all the zombies to military zombies. I have exploding zombies, which you can actually do on Xbox and PlayStation as well. They're not too difficult to do. So you have some zombies as like suicide. When you kill them, they explode, basically. And I make them solo servers, so you can't team up. Or you can, but you're not meant to. That was shit for loot, wasn't it? Yeah. Game? Okay. Last. Okay. Thanks for the warning. Fire station. Police station down there. I'm not interested in that. Needs them 223. That's what we need. We're not going to be running traders, so we can just throw this shit away, really. Blair will have that for lighting a fire. Here we go. Find that not seeing anyone for hours, I get too confident. Yes, I think we all do that. BK don't want. Don't really want that either, but we can deal with that ship that we don't want later on. Do with a helmet. He's raid hammer. Bastard. We can't raid till next weekend anyway on this server, so that's not a major issue. Right, let's extract. Let's get the buggery out of here. 50 on still. That's good. Up to right here. We're going to try and make our way home and drop some gear off. This is not Aftermath, Chuckles. This is not Aftermath. This is here. Yeah, just dropping off like the AK and the sniper if I can would make life a little bit safer for myself. But even just getting clear, getting under a bush, I need to have a quick comfort break anyway. So, and then load the AK. I've got a box of 5.45 I think on me somewhere. Did I lose that in that dreadful... No, there it is. Let's do a bit of looting of... Okay. Well, there's that loot problem dealt with. Right, just going to take a quick comfort break, guys. Right, I'm back. I just think it was a random... I just think it was an unlucky randomness. Let's spawn up a Portland. And have a look at their custom camp, shall we? Yeah. And I was reloading a mag. Thank you. Seeds, not interested. No food there. Rotten. Yeah, bin that off then.
Really?
Yeah, sort of something like that. Let's get out of here. We've outstayed our welcome. Right, let's get out of here. I mean, ish, obviously. Yeah, isn't that the same? That it's just DayZ, isn't it? It's like, I thought to myself I would log out half an hour ago because I've got work. I'm in the UK and it's now, what's that? 9:15 at night. I've got work at 6 in the morning. And I thought, yeah. And then I was like, we'll just do a bit more. We'll just do a bit more. We'll just do a bit more. Yeah, but killing Matey Boy at the well worked to my advantage. Even though he didn't think so. Yeah, no, Chuckles, I know you wouldn't. It's a nice server, though. And it's 3-man teams on here, and they don't allow allies. So you can run it solo. Yeah, that's how I've always seen it. That... Yeah, he had a gun on him. It might have only been a pistol, and he might have had no ammo, but he might have had ammo. And I could have run past him and he could have shot me in the back. So I'll take the risk. Chuckles, it's Base Building Plus on here. Which is obviously you've worked out. That's their King of the Hill. Nice scope. I reckon that's under gas. But if we can get up there somewhere, we might be able to get eyes onto the target. Yeah, it's a gas attack going in. Airdrop just closing on the airfield now, after all that. Little bit of lag. All the shots around here. Good, good, good. There is gas on the target. No ladders up there? No. Get under cover. Let's get this food and water down our necks. Yeah, no, I'm the same. Watched him build the map. And then these guys down bad also do their own custom work as well. Shots are coming from... Oh, there. It's a bitch of a swim. And that's a big no-build zone. I have seen Winter Deer Isle. I haven't seen his version of it. Obviously, I have seen it. But everything's going to change with winter maps as of 2 weeks' time. Because there's going to be a way of doing it using vanilla DayZ code. So it's going to completely change how winter maps are generated. And from my civilian employment world, civilian employment-ish, some of the stuff they're bringing in November, I'm off for a VBS presentation again. So, as long as I'm not signing an NDA again, then I can share what happens on it. But if I'm signing an NDA, then normally I'm time-banded for 6 months on what I can talk about before it comes out in a patch. Tends to be how it works. Oh, I know where I am. Okay. Need a way across this. Spoiler alert. Yeah. I won't, so it depends if I, yeah, it's difficult. So the snow that's coming in with 1.26, the fact that it melts around fireplaces and things and melts the snow, so then you can see it as ground spawn. I sort of saw that 3 years ago on a VBS presentation, but I wasn't allowed to talk about it. I signed an NDA on that. So if we push... Oh, there's an event going down there now, is there? Joy. Right. Let's push down. Fuck it. You only live once. That's a base. Good place for it. You can, but you won't particularly have to. There's a new water bottle coming in that, like an top tier water bottle that you'll put snow straight into, and it will purify it and let you drink straight from it, melt it for you. But obviously food will need defrosting if it's turned on servers. What I'm liking though about 1.26 is you don't have to have snow everywhere on a map at the same time. So it allows us to do things like, once we learn the mechanics of it, I mean, I'm not saying we could do this straight away, but you could have Chernarus where the spawn area was winter but no snow, and as you moved up and up the map up to Tissy could be deep snow. It allows for doing stuff like that, which will change the game completely, because you'd need to change into better clothing to hit Tissy. Yes, and you know, the food, defrosting food is, you say let them take stuff. Every mod you make for DayZ, it says in the DayZ server files, like the mod files, this belongs to BI. So yeah, if you produce stuff for DayZ or Armour, yeah, it belongs to BI, which is the whole you can't charge for mods where that comes from. So if people are charging for mods, which they do, they're in breach of the rules. Now, eventually, as BI have said, that will sort of change, because they're going to give the ability for players to sell mods of a good enough quality on their own platform. But that's not an overnight thing. Once they move, because Reforger has moved away from Steam, or is moving away from Steam. Armour 4 is going to move away from Steam, and I imagine eventually DayZ will as well. Yeah, at the end of the day, if you release a game on Steam, you pay Steam 20% of everything. So it's in your interest to move, if it's popular enough, onto your own platform. Okay, so something's going down here. Height, and we need, so I've only got 8 rounds. Yeah, but Steam is, at the end of the day, is taking a cut. So I reckon it's inside that building. So janky. Thank you. Right, we need to cross this fucking road. It's a Hensoff FF 4 to 16 times 56. Once we can get at that church tower. get up the church tower, we stand a sort of chance. Yeah? There. That is there. That's right on the event symbol. It's somewhere in that apartment block. Come on. Whoever wins it, exit. Locked. Event is on. Come on. You win the event, come out. I'm going to take a screenshot of this for Cookie, aren't I? You'll never believe I ran over to do an event. There's no real countdown on the events, and that's the downside to this. So, I think anyone that extracts is going to extract probably back this way. So if we extract out, because they're more likely to be living down here rather than up there. So we got a better chance of bumping into them on the extraction. Get out the back window on this one. Find out. No. Of course, I'm guessing that there's two of you scoped in like this. Nice server. It is a nice server. They do US as well as UK or EU. This is the EU one that I'm running. And their way of making money on the server is moonshine. And the traders move, so traders aren't. So you're better off doing everything without the use of trader. Come on. Give me a way through this godforsaken fence line. There we go. Yeah. But then you need to run it to trader to sell it. And trader's moving. So trader is currently there. And in like an hour, it will move somewhere else on the map. And it's always black market. Traders aren't, there's no safe zones on the map. And raiding is weekend only. can drink the moonshine as well, or use it just to like purify bandages and shit. You don't have to use it for making money. But you're better off with key cards and keys. You'll find code locks. We haven't really been looking for them. We've just been running, haven't we? You know, for 3 hours, 20 minutes, I've just been running around playing. But they do a good map. Any of their maps are good. They do a Chernarus, a Livonia. This one. And another one, Vowning or something like that. But I'll only play their 3-mans. And it has to be a big enough map to make it worthwhile. We tried one of their small maps, Cookie and I. And it was so small you could hear shooting right across the map. And every time that you bumped into players, you'd be pushing and other teams would be pushing in behind you. So we just died a lot. Where at least coming on here, you stand a slightly better chance. They have their own moonshine machine. It might have changed since the last time we played, Cookie and I. We used to switch between Aftermath and Downbad, back and forth. But we probably prefer... Well, we prefer Aftermath. We understand it. Space building plus the building. Obviously, you've seen their workbench. Ah, crashed the desktop. Bloody game. Give me a second, guys. I'll try and get back in. Ah, Steam's gone down. That'll be it then, guys, if Steam's crashed. Give me a second to see if I can get Steam back up. Right, we're loading back in. I do get it occasionally crash the desktop. Steam just dies on me. I should really uninstall Steam, uninstall all my Steam games, and reinstall from scratch. That's a shame. I like my thinking there. Right, guys, I think we're going to call it for the night. And tomorrow night we'll be on Aftermath with Cookie. Tuesday night I've got the award ceremony. So I'll be on a little bit later, but probably Aftermath. Wednesday I'm working. Thursday I expect I'll be on here. Friday Aftermath. Saturday more than likely on here. And then Sunday will be a normal Aftermath night. Just today Cookie couldn't come on tonight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the interaction. Remember, if you have a pugwash of the captain variety in your scopes, please don't shoot him. And I will see you all in the next one, guys. As I said.